Okay, so I was actually moderately excited to make a video about Sonic Superstars. I mentioned it in my do my favorite video games suck video, and I was like, one day I'll make a video on that. But then that required me to actually replay Superstars today, and yeah, I just don't have it in me. That game fills me with disappointment. The type of disappointment I think my parents feel when they watch my videos. Just pure disappointment, and a little anger, and a lot of confusion. Because I think classic Sonic games really need to get 3 things right. I don't know why I put 2 fingers on 3 things. The vibes or presentation, the feel, and the pacing. And the impressive part about Superstars is that despite all the time put into it, all the money, all the shit, it somehow fucks up 2 out of 3. That's a 66%. That is not high scoring numbers. So let's just go into it. Point by point, pillar by pillar, let's discuss why Superstars, at least to me, doesn't hit. And we gotta start off with the vibes. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, Superstars comes across as pretty cheap, which is a shame. And I know some people are probably going to be like, well, you played this on Switch. I can tell by your footage, which means your opinion is null and void because the Switch version is obviously the worst version. And I say to that, I disagree, because why the fuck is the Switch version the worst version? That makes no sense. It's the Nintendo Switch. All Nintendo got made fun of for years were just making 2D platformers, and the week Superstars came out, Mario Wonder came out. So I refuse to believe they could not have gotten a game that looks equivalent to the PS5 version onto the Switch. I just disagree completely. And it doesn't change the fact that even on PS5, the game still looks a little cheap. Where's the style? Where's the fun? I feel like Sonic lost a lot of his expressionists. That's not a word. He lost his Van Gogh. I don't know where the fuck he went. He lost his coolness. He lost his cute. He lost the fun. Something like Mania has so much personality and style. You look at the sprites and you're like, wow, this game looks incredible. It's a feast for the eyes. Then you play something like Superstars and it feels like a fucking mobile game. It's honestly a little insulting because it costs $60, and that's not to mention the music. It sounds like it was made by Van Gogh, okay? Honestly, it sounds like someone with one ear who knew how to compose music and did a great job. You know, I've used Superstars music. I've used Sand Sanctuary in my fucking video on PS5s somewhere around here. I've used that music because I love it. But the other half, it definitely sounds like someone who didn't have a functioning eardrum, was just on some crazy synthesizers, was on that fucking weird Genesis snare drum. They were going crazy in the stew, and they were not cooking at all. Oh my god. It is awful. It is annoying. It sucks that if I listen to the soundtrack on YouTube, I just gotta mute it and skip every other track. It's annoying as hell. So, off rip, off the vibes, I mean, it is cute. I'll say that. It's a cute enough game. I'll even say that the beginning stages are low-key fine. It's mostly the end I have gripes with. Not to mention the fact that I might as well just bring this up. The Switch version is super unstable and has really long load times, which means that it just doesn't feel good to play, which is what we're going to be discussing next in the feel section, because apart from the Switch issues, I'll actually give the game credit and say that I think it feels fine in terms of its actual control. When you're in the levels, everything feels alright. It feels like a classic Sonic game. The physics are perfect, and I'll even say that I like the new additions to the controls. I like the fact that you can toggle the chaos power-ups all through the right stick. Like, that's a cool feature. It's cool stuff. I don't love the chaos powers. We're gonna get to that in the pacing section, but it's not helped by the fact that the camera is a little too close to you. It's a little too up personal, and I get why they did it because that's how all the other classic Sonic games are, but it does feel a little like cramped. Like, it feels like I'm giving a goddamn colonoscopy at points, okay? Just push it back. Push it back a little. Now we move on to the pacing. This is my real gripe. This is the actual proper game design issue. And as someone who has never designed a single game in his life, I think I know a lot about this. See, the way I view a classic Sonic game, in terms of its design, it should feel like a roller coaster. You've got those bits where you're building momentum. You've got the drops where you're just going fast, fucking speed. Yeah, let's fucking go. You're outrunning the camera. You got the little loop-de-loops. Some of the shit in fucking Superstars, like the bosses, they don't even feel like they're part of the roller coaster. They feel like you're stuck in the line to fucking Six Flags waiting for Superman, and then all of a sudden you hear a little announcement on the PA say, "Hey guys, the park is about to get rained out. The ride's closed. Go fuck yourself, okay?" That's how mid some of these bosses are. That's how, you don't know, mid is too charitable. Mid is the type of word you use for things that don't make you feel anger, hatred, sadness. Some of the bosses in this game can go fuck themselves, just straight up. They are miserable. The Fang boss in Golden Capital, oh my god, this slow ass like 3 to 4 minute boss fight, and it's fucking difficult. If you die, get fucked, you're going all the way back. I'm using a lot of swear words right now, but that's because I cannot describe the amount of actual hatred I felt playing some of the bosses in this game. As soon as you hit Press Garden, it's like the good design stops. The first half of the game is honestly fine. I could see people loving that. As soon as you hit that point, you're in the Twilight Zone. Something's going wrong, something's fishy, something's up. And you just start taking these long ass spans of time, even if you're good at the game, just fucking trying to beat the bosses or waiting for the bosses' phases. And there is a reason. There is a very important reason for this. It's because of the game's multiplayer. See, Superstars is advertised as a multiplayer game, a game that you're supposed to play with your friends and family, which would be sweet, except the multiplayer sucks dick. You're all sharing one camera. Again, back to the camera issue. Give me split screen. Don't try and have everyone on one camera, because I might be very good at playing Sonic games and be pretty good at figuring out the optimal route. My friend might have never played a Sonic game in his life. He's all the way back there and I've got to wait for his ass. It's the same issue all the old 2D Mario games have, except those at least were slow. Sonic is literally about moving fast and has these massive interconnected, like, huge mazes for levels. I have to wonder why the fuck they made multiplayer the main selling point, especially when it fucks up with the bosses, because yeah, in single player they'd probably be easy as fuck if they felt like the old bosses, and in multiplayer you probably get them like that. But I don't know if it was worth sacrificing the pacing of the game. I don't think that was worth it. And it'd be fine if you could play online, play the campaign online with your boys, but of course you can't do that. Why the fuck would you be able to do that? What is this, a good game? A full $60 release? No, that'd be crazy. They could never charge $60 for this, right? That would be ludicrous. Sonic Mania costed only $20. Hell, you can get that game for like $5 nowadays. It would be crazy if they launched at $60. This is just the kind of world we're in right now. Like, Sega got a little too full of themselves, thought they could charge full 60, but goddamn, it is not worth it. I mean, thankfully you can get the game for cheaper now, but even at 30, I don't fully think this game is worth it, spoiler alert. It boggles my mind that this game it's a death by 1,000 cuts. I haven't even mentioned, oh my god. Can we talk about exploration? Exploration is a pretty key and important part of Sonic. Because, as I was talking about, you have these massive interconnected levels filled with different paths you can go down, and power-ups and lives and rings. Those are the most important things in a Sonic game, and they're the things that make me want to replay them because I want to discover where all these things are. But lives have been nixed, which I guess is fine. I guess I won't complain, but there's no substitute. If you get 100 rings, you get something so stupid, I'll talk about it later. And the power-ups, there are power-ups, but oh my god, they are useless because of the fucking Chaos Emerald powers. You have all these little powers at your disposal every time you pass a checkpoint once you get a Chaos Emerald, which are super easy to find. So I have to ask, what the fuck is the point of exploring these levels, okay? And not to mention, the collectible you get when you get 100 rings, or if you beat the fucking special stages and all that, are these golden Sonic medals that are only good to unlock stuff in the battle mode. What the fuck? Who is gonna play the online battle mode? This shit that looks like a mobile game that costs like $2 on the App Store. It doesn't even look official. And not to mention, that's all you can use it for? What about costumes or something? There's a whole costume system built into the game. I can be Lego Sonic. That's awesome. I wish there was more I could do with it, except having to go to fucking IHOP to get costumes, or buy shit on Kroger. That's real, by the way. I didn't make any of that up. You've got to buy all these costumes. You've got to make like a satanic ritual. You got to draw a pentagram on the floor with goat blood or some shit, and maybe you'll get fucking classic Sonic with the comic book art style. Like, It's ridiculous, dude. This game fucking pisses me off. It actually annoys the fuck out of me. It's crazy. Here's the thing. These are all very subjective me problems. These are problems I have with the game because I've been waiting 7 fucking years for it, alright? And I guess if you're your average Joe Schmo ho, you'll probably look at this game and be like, oh, it's not that bad. But as someone who knows how good these games can be, it just bothers me that in 2023, a full $60 2D Sonic game came out and it was just mid. That's being charitable. I saw a video where they said that shit was a 3. And I honestly was like, yeah, that's actually valid. That's fair. I understand completely. It just bothers me. So I'm sure if you're at all morbidly curious, you'll probably think I'm being a little over dramatic, which to be fair, I am. It's late, but I just had to get it out there. Sonic Superstars, it doesn't hit. And if there's anything I hope and pray, it's that the devs whose last game was fucking Balan Wonderworld, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Let's hire the guys who made the worst game of 2020. That's a great idea. But I hope they learn and make a decent game, or just never get hired to make another Sonic game. I know that's a little harsh, but again, fucking Balan Wonderworld, dude. This is not exactly the peak. This is not Chicago Bulls level talent, okay? This ain't Jordan, alright? This is Jordan playing fucking golf, alright? And with that being said, I'll see you later. Let me know if you played Superstars. Let me know if you played Mania. Play Mania. That's the fucking lesson. Play Mania. Play Sonic Mania. Play fucking Sonic Origins. And I'll see you later. I'll see you around. Sorry, I got really fucking aggravated in this video. This is gonna be one interesting edit. Bye.